Jones here on Good Morning Football, but there's nothing we love more than shining a spotlight on the sidelines to learn more about the faces of the game off the field. Check it out.
All right, so we're here at the breakfast table. We'll hand out some diplomas around the league. Which player graduated to the next level in 2017? Who's a graduate?
I'll start this thing off. Now, this is a little bit personal to me because I made a list a couple weeks ago. It was the top 10 players going to the second season. Started with Deshaun Watson, ended with Christian McCaffrey. I had a lot of running backs because it was running back heavy rookie.
NFL.com?
Yep, NFL.com. Shout out to Brooke who gave me the call, and we just kind of penned to paper and went through the whole list. Marshawn Lattimore and Jamal Adams were also the DBs on that list. But one guy that I forgot to mention, and that is Tre'Davious White. Now, I have to make amends because you definitely should have been on that list. Now, I can always admit when I'm wrong, even though I'm up here and I claim to do my work, which I do. I had a slip of the mind and couldn't get you on there. Now, 6 takeaways, led all rookies. That's 4 INTs, 2 fumble recoveries. 4 INTs, that's second amongst the rookies. 18 passes defended, that's first among the rookies. So, going into your second season, with the type of season that you had, not to mention, you were lined up against some of the monsters in this league, including Gronk and getting after it, and you played at such a high level. So I don't see you as a rookie going into this sophomore campaign. I kind of look at you as a young guy who graduated during his rookie season, and now you're looked at as one of the legit DBs in this league, and you're on your way, as I said in the tweet in response to you, to hopefully shut down corner career. But we'll see what happens in years to come. So Tre'Davious White, sir, you graduated.
Love it.
Man.
It's great. You know, the Philadelphia Eagles had so many awesome stories last year on their roster, and the list goes on and on and on. One of them didn't get a lot of play was the elevation of a certain player that I thought came such a long way in season 3 for his career. Now, look, 2 years ago, I did a game, Bengals versus Eagles. I was the sideline reporter. And Nelson Agholor dropped a pass, and I remember the conversation beforehand was he's seeing a sports psychologist, he can't hold on to the ball. Going into last year's training camp, this is 2016 footage you're seeing, just bad drops. Yeah. The story was, is Nelson Agholor, a former first-round pick, going to make the roster? The talk was, they've got guys like Dorial Green-Beckham, and they've got guys like Bryce Treggs. Like, there are a lot of players on this team that can be, is he a slot? What is he? Jordan Matthews is no longer on the team. They kept Agholor, and what did he do? Nelson Agholor last year had 62 catches for nearly 800 yards, 8 touchdowns, and was having fun. So, to me, I love this story. A first-round pick who was already crowned, then had the crown taken away, then had to fight and scratch and earn to bring it back. Now, no one questions Nelson Agholor's place on this roster or on this depth chart. So, Nelson Agholor, you are an NFL wide receiver, my friend. You are here to stay. There are no doubts. There is nowhere to go. Get very emotional on graduation day, especially with the music. Yeah. Nelson Agholor, throw that hat and put it on the windshield, whatever you want it is. The tassel. You earned it, my friend. So, yeah, Nelson Agholor. A legit.
On the rearview mirror.
Yes, a legit NFL receiver with no doubts about him. I love that kind of stuff.
Good stuff, man.
Is there room for the tassel when the garter belt's already on the rear view? I mean, that's up there too, right?
It is, hey.
Yeah, it's a lot of real estate
What's going on in senior year?
Yeah.
It's a big year.
Not for me.
What do you mean?
My rearview mirror had nothing on it. It's a 7 Mary 3
Fuzzy
sticker.
dice.
Yeah, that's it. What do you got, Adams?
Fuzzy dice, he says. I will go with Jared Goff here, who I think is the best exemplary graduate that we have, because he graduated from being the kid who skips class to like make out with his girlfriend around the corner, and he's late, and he's always in attention, meaning he had an 0-7 record in 2016, guys. 0-7 record. He had 5 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. Then he finds maybe a guidance counselor in Sean McVay, switches it up, takes some classes that he likes taking, and all of a sudden we have a guy who crushed it last year, was in the MVP conversation along there with Todd Gurley. He had 28 touchdowns, just 7 interceptions, went next level. I mean, he barely completed like 50% of his passes the year before. What he was able to do with Sean McVay in that offense is unbelievable.
He's got like the crazy tutor, you know, that just changed his whole life.
Or that teacher that just
lean on me.
Edward James almost.
That's it, right. That guy.
It was in my opinion, the most dramatic, unexpected turnaround I've maybe ever seen in this league, truly.
It's true.
And then there was a lot of, did we mess up for taking him ahead of Wentz?
Yeah.
Like all of that, and now I expect him to take another step up after a full year in the Sean McVay tutoring program.
Yeah. That's why the coaches get the big money. Incredible that one of those learning centers you send your kid to, all of a sudden they're in Mensa. That was an amazing graduation. And I'm going to look at a guy who I'm just going to say to him, you are the future. Follow your dreams. Pay it forward. I had a guy last year who, he was kind of in the back of the class. He was a little bit quiet. We couldn't get him to blossom and whatnot. But then, come final exam time, they dropped. He became a man right in front of us. Marcus Mariota graduated. I'm telling you.
Who are you?
You know someone gets into high school and they're a little pipsqueak and they're 5'1", 90 pounds, and by the time senior year their voice has changed and everything.
There's nothing wrong with being 5 feet tall.
No, not at all. Adams, you look great. But Mariota in the bow tie. Now listen, during the season, was he spectacular? No. But in these moments, this is what I say to these graduates, be the change you wish to see in the world. That was him right there. That was a moment when a boy becomes a man in the time that they needed him. In the biggest moments, that's when you never stop learning, guys. And then sure enough, he had another exam the next day and he goes to Kansas City. You don't want to go to Arrowhead, you're a young quarterback. People say you're too nice coming out of Oregon. What does he say? He scrambles, he rambles, he throws. And there's Darrelle Revis, who sometimes at graduation, there's that weird famous guy. You're not sure why he's there. For me, it was Spike Lee. He was at my graduation, got an honorary degree. Yes, ridiculous. That was Darrelle Revis in that case. And this is Marcus learning that the playoffs are not a destination. They are a journey. Never stop learning. You have to get better. But Marcus, this is not the end. This is the beginning. And I leave the graduates with those words. Never settle. Wear sunscreen. Marcus Mariota, I think, takes the tassel. You take it and you put it from the left side to the right side as you get your diploma.
Baz Luhrmann.
Two huge moments for Mariota. Shout out Baz Luhrmann.
Excalibur.
I thought that was